Welcome to Ancient Forbidden Knowledge. I'm your host, Ben Carter. In the shadowy recesses of human history, long before the rise of modern science and technology, a forbidden craft was said to have been practiced, a craft shrouded in mystery and enigma, a craft known as alchemy. The quest to turn base metals into gold, to discover the elixir of life, to unravel the secrets of the cosmos, these were the lofty goals of the alchemists. Throughout the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, alchemy was not only a proto-science, it was a rich philosophical tradition, a spiritual journey cloaked in allegory and symbolism. Its practitioners often faced persecution, their work deemed heretical and dangerous. Yet undeterred, they toiled away in secret, the flame of their curiosity burning bright in the obscurity of their clandestine laboratories. But what if these ancient practitioners had discovered something of value? What if they had indeed mastered the art of transmutation, the process of altering the nature and properties of an element? The idea may seem far-fetched to the modern scientific mind, accustomed as it is to the rigid laws of physics and chemistry. Yet there are tantalizing clues scattered across historical texts and artifacts that suggest the ancients may have known far more than we give them credit for. Consider the philosopher's stone, a legendary alchemical substance said to possess the power to transmute base metals into gold. Countless historical accounts allude to its existence, from the writings of famed alchemist Isaac Newton to the medieval texts of the Islamic world. While no physical evidence of the stone has ever been found, its persistent presence in the annals of history cannot be easily dismissed. And then there is the curious case of the Voynich manuscript, a cryptic text written in an unknown language, filled with bizarre illustrations of unknown plants and astronomical diagrams. Some believe it to be an elaborate hoax, while others assert that it is an authentic alchemical manual, its secrets yet to be deciphered. The more we delve into the world of alchemy, the more we encounter these enigmatic hints of a forgotten knowledge, a knowledge that may have allowed the ancients to manipulate matter in ways we can barely comprehend. In the face of such mysteries, we are left to ponder. Did the ancients truly master the art of transmutation? And if they did, what became of their secret wisdom? As we traverse the labyrinth of human history, we find ourselves drawn into a world where science merges with mysticism, where fact intertwines with fiction, where the possible dances with the impossible. It is in this realm of shadows and whispers that we seek to unearth the forbidden science of alchemy, to uncover the truths that lie buried beneath layers of myth and misconception. The journey is fraught with challenges, but the allure of the unknown propels us forward, ever deeper into the heart of the ancient mystery. The story of alchemy begins in a time shrouded by the mists of antiquity, in the cradle of civilization itself, ancient Egypt. Known by its practitioners as Kemet, meaning black land, Egypt was a land of fertile soils and vibrant cultures, a place where the boundary between the natural and the supernatural was often blurred. It was here that the seeds of alchemy were first sown, nurtured by the rich mythological tapestry of the Egyptians and their profound understanding of the natural world. In the hieroglyph-etched walls of ancient tombs and temples, we find the earliest references to the art of alchemy. Obscure symbols and cryptic texts speak of sacred rituals and divine substances, of gold that could be made from common metals and elixirs that promised eternal life. These were not mere flights of fancy or mythological tales. They were the coded teachings of a spiritual and scientific tradition that sought to unravel the mysteries of the universe and harness its primal energies. Our understanding of this tradition was significantly enhanced in the 19th century with the discovery of the Leiden papyrus. Discovered in a tomb near Thebes, this ancient manuscript contained a multitude of alchemical recipes, including methods for creating imitation gold and silver. While these methods did not involve true transmutation, they highlighted the sophisticated knowledge of chemistry possessed by the ancient Egyptians and the roots of the alchemical tradition. Further clues were unearthed in the early 20th century with the discovery of the Emerald Tablet, a legendary artifact inscribed with the core principles of alchemy. Its most famous axiom, as above, so below, alludes to the fundamental unity of the cosmos, a belief that was central to the alchemical worldview. The Emerald Tablet is considered by many to be the cornerstone of Western alchemy, its cryptic language serving as a guide for generations of alchemists who sought to unlock the secrets of transmutation. This early period of alchemical development in Egypt laid the groundwork for its subsequent spread to other civilizations. The Greeks, Romans, and Islamic scholars all incorporated elements of Egyptian alchemy into their own philosophical and scientific traditions, creating a rich tapestry of knowledge that would influence thinkers and researchers for centuries to come. The origins of alchemy, then, are as rich and multifaceted as the discipline itself. From the black soils of ancient Egypt to the hallowed halls of Greek temples and the scholarly courts of the Islamic Golden Age, the legacy of alchemy is intertwined with the story of human civilization. And as we continue to unravel this complex history, we may yet find more clues to the tantalizing question: did the ancients truly master the art of transmutation? The allure of alchemy did not lie solely in its promise of gold. At its core, alchemy was a spiritual pursuit, often wrapped in layers of symbolic language and rich allegory. The ancient texts on alchemy are filled with fantastical tales and enigmatic riddles, each one a piece of a grand cosmic puzzle. The philosopher's stone, the legendary substance said to enable transmutation, was often described as a heavenly body brought down to earth, a divine essence that could transform base metals into gold and bestow eternal life. This was a metaphorical representation of spiritual enlightenment, the ultimate aim of the alchemical quest. The myths of alchemy also played a central role in shaping its practice. The ancient Greek story of Jason and the Golden Fleece, for example, is thought to contain alchemical symbolism. The Golden Fleece, a symbol of divine authority and kingship, could be seen as a metaphor for the philosopher's stone. Similarly, the quest of Jason and the Argonauts mirrors the alchemical journey, fraught with trials and tribulations, towards ultimate wisdom and transformation. The tradition of alchemy was deeply embedded in the cultures that practiced it. In the Islamic world, alchemy was intertwined with the religious and philosophical beliefs of the time. Islamic alchemists such as Jabir ibn Hayyan and al-Razi sought to reconcile the material and spiritual worlds, viewing alchemy as a means to understand the divine nature of creation. Their works, filled with allegories and metaphysical insights, greatly influenced the development of alchemy in the West. In medieval Europe, alchemy was often associated with Hermeticism, a philosophical tradition that sought to uncover the hidden correspondences between the cosmos and the human soul. Alchemists were seen as Hermetic philosophers, their work a mystical quest to uncover the secrets of the universe. The writings of Hermes Trismegistus, a legendary figure often associated with the Greek god Hermes and the Egyptian god Thoth, were considered foundational to this tradition. His works, such as the Corpus Hermeticum and the Asclepius, were filled with alchemical symbolism and spiritual philosophy, further cementing the connection between alchemy and Hermeticism. As these tales and traditions show, alchemy was more than just a proto-scientific endeavor. It was a spiritual and philosophical tradition, a quest for transformation, both material and spiritual. Each alchemist, each civilization, added their own layers of meaning to this complex tradition, weaving a rich tapestry of myth and knowledge that continues to fascinate us to this day. And within this tapestry, hidden in the language of symbols and metaphors, might lie the answer to our central question: did the ancients truly master the art of transmutation? The search for evidence of physical transmutation in the ancient world takes us across continents and epochs into the heart of civilizations long past. One such artifact of interest is the Emerald Tablet, an enigmatic text that is core to the Hermetic tradition. Its cryptic verses, translated from Arabic into Latin during the Middle Ages, encapsulate the process of transmutation, stating, "That which is below is like that which is above, and that which is above is like that which is below." This principle of correspondence, many believe, alludes to the transformation of base metals into gold and the spiritual evolution of the alchemist. Another compelling artifact is the Voynich manuscript, a mysterious book written in an unknown language and filled with cryptic illustrations. Though its origin and purpose remain shrouded in mystery, some theorists have suggested it could be an alchemical textbook. Its pages depict strange botanical species, astronomical diagrams, and what appear to be alchemical processes. If this theory holds, the manuscript could provide a tangible link to the secretive practices of alchemy. Archaeological finds also hint at alchemical practices. The ruins of the ancient city of Alexandria, once a hub of alchemical knowledge, have revealed fascinating clues. A series of underground chambers, known as the catacombs of Kom el-Shakafa, are decorated with symbols and inscriptions suggestive of alchemical processes. Scholars have interpreted these as potential laboratories where transmutation may have been practiced. From a conventional perspective, historians often regard these artifacts and structures as symbolic or allegorical, rather than literal evidence of transmutation. They argue that alchemical texts were intended more as spiritual guides than practical manuals. However, alternative theorists challenge this view, suggesting that the ancients possessed a literal understanding of transmutation, and these artifacts are remnants of that forbidden science. A more controversial theory posits that the ancients had access to advanced technology or knowledge lost to us, which allowed them to perform feats that we would consider miraculous or impossible, like transmutation. This viewpoint, while not widely accepted in mainstream academia, keeps the door open to the possibility that the ancients may have possessed a more profound understanding of the universe than we give them credit for. Regardless of interpretation, these artifacts, inscriptions, and structures stand as testament to the enduring influence and mystery of alchemy. They continue to challenge our understanding of the past and inspire us to probe deeper into the secrets of the universe. The question of whether the ancients truly mastered the art of transmutation remains an enigma, one that continues to captivate our collective imagination. As we delve deeper into the obscured tapestry of alchemy's history, we encounter a recurring theme: the suppression and secrecy that shrouded this mystical science. The practices and teachings of alchemy were often passed down through secretive societies or tightly guarded within the confines of religious orders. This was largely due to the volatile political, religious, and social climates of the times. In the medieval age, for instance, the Church held a firm grip on all intellectual and spiritual knowledge. Anything that deviated from orthodox teachings, including alchemy, was deemed heretical and ruthlessly suppressed. Alchemists were forced to either recant their beliefs or face severe punishment. This necessitated that alchemical knowledge be kept hidden away, often disguised within complex metaphors, cryptic symbols, or even in the form of coded recipes. In the Roman Empire, alchemical practice was suppressed due to its association with magic and sorcery, which were strictly prohibited. The empire's might was used to eradicate any mention of alchemy from official accounts, effectively erasing it from the historical record. Yet despite this, alchemical knowledge managed to survive, passed down through clandestine gatherings and covert manuscripts. In more recent centuries, as science's rationalist approach gained prominence, alchemy was dismissed as superstition and pseudoscience. Institutions of higher learning purged all references to alchemy from their curricula, further pushing it into the realm of the forgotten. However, this dismissal may have been more about control than discrediting. By dismissing alchemy as nonsense, the gatekeepers of accepted knowledge could maintain their authoritative position and keep potentially paradigm-shattering information concealed. The suppression of alchemy has had an enduring effect on our understanding of this ancient practice. Much of the knowledge has been lost, distorted, or hidden in layers of allegory and symbolism. But why? Was it simply fear and ignorance that led to this suppression, or was there something more to it? Perhaps these powers were wary of the potential that alchemy held. After all, the ability to transmute base metals into gold or unlock the secrets of immortality would undoubtedly disrupt established power structures. This history of suppression and secrecy around alchemy only adds to its allure and mystique. It suggests that there may be more to this ancient science than meets the eye, and that perhaps, hidden beneath the layers of allegory and symbolism, lies a profound understanding of the universe that is yet to be fully recognized. The evidence, while fragmented and shrouded in mystery, hints at a legacy of knowledge that was too potent, too transformative, to be allowed to exist openly. The question then becomes, what truths might still be waiting to be unearthed from this forbidden science? As we delve deeper into the enigmatic world of alchemy, it's impossible not to notice how the threads of this ancient knowledge weave through the tapestry of various civilizations. Despite vast geographical distances and cultural differences, these societies seem to share a common understanding, suggesting a global network of ancient wisdom that transcends boundaries. Take, for instance, the symbol of the Ouroboros. This image of a serpent devouring its tail, signifying eternal cycles of death and rebirth, is a central tenet of alchemical philosophy. Remarkably, this symbol appears not only in the European alchemical tradition, but also in ancient Egyptian iconography, Indian Kundalini yoga, and Aztec mythology. Could this be mere coincidence? Or does it hint at a shared global understanding of these universal concepts? Similarly, the quest for the philosopher's stone, an alchemical substance said to grant immortality and transmute base metals into gold, was not confined to Western alchemy. In China, Taoist alchemists were engaged in a parallel pursuit of the elixir of life, a divine substance believed to confer immortality. And across the oceans, the Mesoamerican civilizations also have records of a quest for a sacred element that could bring eternal life. This parallel pursuit of the same concept, despite the vast geographical and cultural barriers, is telling. Looking at these shared symbols and concepts, it's hard not to speculate about the existence of a forgotten global network of knowledge. Perhaps the wisdom of alchemy was not isolated, but part of a larger worldwide dialogue of scientific and spiritual exploration. Moreover, the cross-cultural occurrence of advanced metallurgical technologies, remarkably similar to the transmutational processes described in alchemical texts, further supports this theory. The ancient Indian science of rasayana, the African tradition of iron smelting, and the South American mastery of gold and silver metallurgy all bear striking resemblances to the alchemical practices of transmutation. These practices, spread across different continents and cultures, suggest that the science of alchemy may have been more prevalent and more advanced than we give it credit for. In the light of these connections, the suppression of alchemical knowledge becomes even more significant. If this science was indeed part of a global network of ancient wisdom, its eradication could have been a deliberate attempt to sever these connections, to isolate cultures from each other, and to maintain control over this potent knowledge. Perhaps the true legacy of alchemy is not merely its scientific and spiritual insights, but its role as a bridge, connecting different civilizations through a shared understanding of the universe's mysteries. But what if the wisdom of alchemy wasn't merely erased, but simply lost to the sands of time? An intriguing perspective to consider is that the science of alchemy might represent an advanced understanding of energy, consciousness, or physics that modern science is only beginning to rediscover. Consider, for instance, the principle of energy conservation, a cornerstone of modern physics. This principle, which holds that energy can neither be created nor destroyed, merely transformed, echoes the fundamental tenet of alchemy: transmutation. Could it be that the ancients had intuitively grasped this concept millennia before it was formally recognized by modern science? Even more tantalizing is the prospect that alchemy could provide insights into the nature of consciousness, a realm that remains one of the final frontiers of scientific exploration. The alchemical process was often described as a spiritual journey, a transformation of the self. The alchemist, through their work, was believed to undergo a process of purification and enlightenment, a concept that bears striking similarities to modern theories of consciousness as a quantum phenomenon. Quantum physics, a field that emerged barely a century ago, has thrown up possibilities that would seem magical to a conventional scientist. From quantum entanglement, where particles separated by vast distances seem to communicate instantly, to quantum superposition, where a particle can exist in multiple states simultaneously, these concepts defy conventional understanding of reality. Could the ancients, through the lens of alchemy, have been hinting at such phenomena? The symbolic language of alchemy, laden with metaphors and allegories, may well be encoding insights into the quantum realm. The philosopher's stone, for instance, could symbolize a state of superposition, a perfect harmony of opposing forces. The quest for immortality might signify a deeper understanding of time, seen not as a linear progression, but as a dimension that can be navigated and even transcended. The possibility that alchemy represents a forgotten science, a lost technology, is an exciting prospect. It suggests that our ancestors may have possessed a profound understanding of the universe, a wisdom that we are only beginning to rediscover. It further implies that the suppression of alchemy was not merely an act of ignorance or fear, but a conscious effort to bury a body of knowledge that threatened established paradigms. The legacy of alchemy, then, is not one of failure or delusion, but of a pursuit of truth that was centuries, perhaps millennia, ahead of its time. As we delve deeper into the mysteries of the universe, we might find that the wisdom of the ancients is not as far removed from our own as we once believed. At the heart of the alchemical tradition lies a deep metaphysical and spiritual truth. It speaks of a worldview that sees the universe not as a collection of discrete objects, but as a grand, interconnected whole. This outlook blurs the boundaries between science and spirituality, between the physical and the ethereal, making a case for a holistic understanding of existence. Alchemy, in its essence, was a spiritual endeavor, a quest for enlightenment and self-realization. The philosopher's stone, the elixir of life, and the quest for gold were not merely material pursuits, but were metaphors for the transformation of the soul. The work of the alchemist was not just about transmuting base metals into gold, but about transmuting the base self into a higher state of consciousness. This focus on inner transformation is a common thread in many spiritual traditions, from the mystic sects of Christianity and Islam to the yogic practices of Hinduism and Buddhism. The process of alchemical transmutation mirrors the spiritual journey of the individual, from ignorance and illusion to self-realization and enlightenment. The principle of as above, so below, a cornerstone of alchemical philosophy, indicates a profound understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. The microcosm reflects the macrocosm, the inner world reflects the outer world. This echoes modern scientific theories, such as the holographic principle, which proposes that the entire universe is encoded in every part of it. The language of alchemy, replete with symbols and allegories, paints a picture of the universe as a living, conscious entity. It hints at an ancient wisdom that recognized the conscious nature of reality, a concept that modern science is only beginning to grapple with. This perspective aligns with panpsychism, a philosophical view that consciousness is a fundamental aspect of the universe. The forbidden science of alchemy, then, may hold keys to understanding the nature of consciousness, the fabric of reality, and our place within it. It tells us that the universe is not a cold, mechanical construct, but a conscious, living entity, of which we are an integral part. It tells us that we are not separate from the universe, but are the universe experiencing itself. The wisdom of the ancients, encoded in the language of alchemy, challenges us to re-evaluate our understanding of reality. It invites us to embrace a worldview that marries science and spirituality, matter and consciousness, in a harmonious dance of existence. The enduring allure of alchemy, then, is not just in its promise of material transmutation, but in its potential to transform our understanding of ourselves and the universe we inhabit. In the heart of modern civilization, whispers of this ancient knowledge are beginning to resurface. Through the lens of archaeology, spirituality, and even in the hushed corners of forbidden research, the threads of alchemical wisdom are being woven back into the fabric of our understanding. Archaeological discoveries continue to offer tantalizing glimpses into the depth of knowledge possessed by our ancestors. The recent unearthing of an alchemical laboratory in the ruins of Pompeii, complete with furnaces and containers that held various substances, is a testament to the widespread practice of alchemy in ancient times. It is a testament to the fact that our ancestors were not merely playing with fire and metal, but were engaged in a profound exploration of the mysteries of existence. In the realm of forbidden research, there are those who dare to tread where mainstream science fears to go. Despite the widespread dismissal of alchemy as pseudoscience, a handful of researchers are dedicated to unearthing its secrets. Their work, often conducted in secret to avoid ridicule and censure, explores the boundaries between the physical and the metaphysical, between the known and the unknown. In spirituality, the principles and practices of alchemy find resonance in the teachings of various traditions. The Kabbalah, with its intricate system of sephiroth and paths, echoes the alchemical process of refinement and purification. The Taoist practice of internal alchemy, with its focus on cultivating and transmuting energy within the body, mirrors the alchemical quest for transformation. Interestingly, the re-emergence of this ancient wisdom is not just reshaping our understanding of the past, but is also challenging our accepted narrative of human history. It suggests that our ancestors were not primitive cave dwellers, but were privy to a profound understanding of the universe and our place within it. It suggests that they had mastered a science that married the physical and the metaphysical, the outer and the inner, in a way that we are only beginning to comprehend. This rediscovery and awakening to the forbidden science of alchemy is more than a mere historical curiosity. It is a call to reclaim an integral part of our heritage. It is a call to revisit the wisdom of the ancients, to decode their cryptic symbols and allegories, and to integrate this ancient knowledge into our modern worldview. It is a call to transform not just our understanding of alchemy, but our understanding of ourselves and the universe we inhabit. As we sift through the ashes of ancient wisdom, we come to realize that the alchemists of old were not merely engaged in a fruitless pursuit of turning base metals into gold. Rather, they were peering into the very fabric of existence, seeking to understand the hidden mechanics of the cosmos, the delicate dance of energy and matter. Their cryptic symbols and elaborate allegories were not just fanciful flights of imagination, but a coded language, a map to a treasure trove of ancient knowledge. The forbidden science of alchemy, in its essence, is about transformation, the transmutation of base elements into something more refined, more evolved. It is this fundamental principle that echoes in the heart of many spiritual and mystical traditions, resonating with the human aspiration to evolve, to become more than what we are. The pursuit of alchemy, then, is not just a quest for physical transmutation, but a metaphor for our timeless journey towards enlightenment, towards a higher state of being. What we are witnessing today is not just a resurgence of interest in alchemy, but a renaissance of ancient wisdom. A dawning realization that our ancestors were not mere primitives, but custodians of a profound scientific and philosophical wisdom. A wisdom that married the physical and the metaphysical, the outer and the inner, in a harmonious dance of energy and matter. As we stand on the threshold of a new era, it's time we embrace this ancient wisdom, to integrate it into our modern worldview. It's time to heed the call of the ancients, to decode their cryptic symbols, to decipher their allegories. It's time to reclaim our heritage, to rediscover our forgotten origins, and to embark on the eternal quest for truth. Far from being a relic of a bygone era, the forbidden science of alchemy is a beacon, a guiding light in our collective journey towards understanding the mysteries of the universe. It is a reminder that the answers we seek are not just out there in the vast expanse of the cosmos, but also within us, in the intricate labyrinth of our consciousness. As we close this investigation into the forbidden science of alchemy, let us remember the words of the ancient alchemist Hermes Trismegistus, who said, "As above, so below, as within, so without." These words serve as a timeless testament to the interconnectedness of all things, a reminder that the macrocosm and the microcosm are reflections of each other. They are a call to explore not just the outer realms of physical reality, but also the inner landscapes of our consciousness. In the end, the quest for transmutation is not just about transforming lead into gold, but about transforming ourselves, and in doing so, transforming the world. Thanks for listening. This has been Ancient Forbidden Knowledge. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to follow us wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you'd like to support the show, subscribe to the Forbidden Knowledge Network on Patreon. Subscribe now.